Ah, Rome. Her glory once brought light to the world, driving the shadows away. But it could not last forever. They whisper that the end of days is upon us. With the death of Emperor Theodosius, his sons divided our great empire, as if it were a plaything to be shared. As Rome fades, our new seat of power at Constantinople grows. Gold and silk flow through our markets, and our coffers swell with new trade. But the Visigoths have taken our division as a portent of opportunity, and King Alaric marches on our border with Dacia. To the east, the Sassanids' motives are clouded. Our truce holds, but any redeployment to face Alaric will not go unnoticed. The Western Empire's power wanes, overwhelmed by slavering barbarians from the north. Is now the time to amputate this diseased limb. Could this be our opportunity to reclaim the Empire? Behold, the white horse, a crown given to us. And we shall go out to conquer just as we have done 1,000 times before! In the name of Almighty God! Forgive us.
Total War Attila, the 9th game in CA's Total War franchise, not including the spin-off games. This game is definitely not an expansion, it feels like a whole new experience with incredible graphics and gameplay elements. The most impressive thing in Total War Attila is definitely the graphics, with great realism and individual animations, even boasting a cinematic mode that allows players to feel even more engaged with the battle sequences. It is truly demanding on the system, and a graphics card upgrade may be necessary to appreciate the game for all that it can offer. However, there is an amazing level of control with the graphics, which combined with great benchmarking features allows you to set the game up exactly how you want it. The online aspect of the game has a massive following, where you can have friendly games with up to 8 people, or even recreate massive historical battles, taking advantage of the amazing graphics. The campaign also has a multiplayer option, which is fun, being able to control factions with friends, making alliances and conquering the map. Or maybe betraying their alliances and wiping them out altogether. The Huns add a whole new aspect to the campaign, roaming as a constant horde that is unable to occupy a city. This new campaign mode takes some getting used to, having to manage armies and encampments, planning every assault strategically. But once you have settled into the way of the horde, it takes over you, no longer wanting a set home, instead spreading across the world, taking what you want when you want. The politics have also had a massive revamp, making them more crucial to the gameplay of the campaign. With more improved sense of control regarding the family tree, using actions and promotions to mould the politics to your will. Introducing the political power bar, the goal of which is to keep your political power balanced. This is done by 2 main aspects, dominion and control. Control is determined by the success or the failure of your political actions. This means that a successful political action will increase your control, and obviously an unsuccessful action will lower it. Dominion, unlike control, is a bit more complex. It is based on your family members' influence versus other family members' influence. For instance, if your 3 family members have a total of 50 influence and 2 members of another family have a total of 100 influence, your dominion should be 25%. The main objective being keeping these balanced, forming political actions to keep them in line. YouTuber Zerkovich vs the People has a great in-depth look at the politics of Attila, with a breakdown of all the aspects. A link will be in the description, or just head over to his channel, but definitely check them out. We can't exactly talk Total War without discussing the factions. Obviously, with the Roman Empire conquering as much land as they did, it hasn't left much for the roster, leaving it looking a bit empty. Although with additional DLC that CEA will be releasing, you can be sure that the options will increase. The currently available factions excluding DLC are the Franks, Saxons, Ostrogoths, Alans, Vandals, Visigoths, Huns, Eastern Roman Empire, Western Roman Empire, and the Sassanids. The Huns have a hard initial challenge with their own religion. Their faction trait, Horsemen of the Apocalypse, offers many different bonuses, such as an extra 25 growth from raising settlements, +1 integrity for every war being prosecuted, extra 20 food consumption in provinces where the Horde is present, and the ability to stop foreign replenishment in the province where the Horde is present. The Western Roman Empire boasts the most difficult initial challenge out of all of the factions. Like the Eastern Empire, they too stretch far out into the west along many of the Germanic tribes. Preaching their Latin Christianity far and wide, the faction has cultural integration, lowering the upkeep cost by 2% per non-Roman unit in a military force. With a constant migration that offers 50% less migration public order penalties. The Eastern Roman Empire is very hard to control initially on the campaign map. With a vast empire spreading throughout the east, the faction is an economic powerhouse, with 5% interest on the treasury at the end of the turn, and an additional 50% in trade tariffs. The Barbarian Kingdom and the Great Migrators consist of the Franks, Saxons, Ostrogoths, Alans, Vandals, and Visigoths. The Franks' initial challenge on the campaign is very hard, with a Germanic pagan background. Their faction trait is Ferocious Warrior, which offers them a -50% integrity penalty from casualties suffered, along with a 10% melee damage for every 25% casualties suffered by a unit. The Saxons' initial challenge is normal, perfect for someone who may have played the previous Total War games. Another tribe of Germanic pagans, the Saxon faction trait is Saxon Shore, improving the income by 100% for every 10% damage caused to settlements during battle. Their integrity is also raised by 4% when raiding. The Visigoths are the easiest to start out with the Great Migrators, also having a Germanic pagan belief. The faction trait is Blood Money, giving the faction an extra 10 food when migrating through Roman territories, and an additional 500 gold from tributary states. Ostrogoths also have the same initial challenge, with an Arian Christian religion. They are the inheritors of Rome, which offers the faction no instability when occupying settlements from Roman factions, whilst also being able to recruit Roman units in settlements with Roman military buildings. The Alans are then more difficult initially, while sharing the Arian Christianity. Their faction trait is Sarmatian horsemanship, giving cavalry units 100% experience rate in battle, along with no post-battle casualties for cavalry units which have routed or withdrawn from battle. Vandals are then even more difficult initially, best for a seasoned Total War player, and the last of the Arian Christians. The Sea of the Vandals offers the faction the ability to recruit superior naval units with an additional 150% income from raiding and sacking. The Sassanid Empire is another easy faction, great for anyone new to the Total War franchise. They too have their own religion, and being the King of Kings, they receive an extra 200% tribute from the puppet states, with the ability to levy an additional 3 of each type of levy unit from a puppet state. game does have a few issues, such as units not being able to disembark ships or clipping through certain areas, along with a few problems concerning the health of structures and barricades. However, I'm sure CA plans to patch these issues, and failing that, there's always the dedicated modding community. The DLC is one thing about CA's latest release that has got people a little bit riled up. The main thing being the way CA released DLC shortly after releasing a game. Although I think it's annoying having to purchase additional factions, the fact that the game is so competitively priced when compared to other AAA titles leaves me not caring about having to pay an additional small amount here and there. It also gives players the option to spend more if they want extra factions, or just play the basic game at a reasonable price. The game is great to play and easy to lose yourself in, resulting in many sleepless nights. If you're a fan of any of the previous Total War games, this is perfect for you. A highly tactical strategy game, giving you the ability to control some of the most impressive factions of history. This has been Kindiku from CEX, playing on the PC, and until next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more game reviews, and head over to my channel Kindiku and CEX's YouTube channel for more great content.